Another question I wanted to ask is, you're doing all these match reports, you do the Times, you do the Independent, the BBC. I've looked through your Twitter and your Instagram occasionally, and I see that you're constantly getting on trains at like stupid o'clock in the morning to get to places and getting about really late. And it all seems a bit non-stop and full on. How do you deal with that? Is it stressful? And how do you deal with it? Does it ever get too much? Are you ever like, oh God, I need a break? Or are you thriving from it all and you just love it?
I honestly, like, I haven't had a day off in, I can't even remember how long. Like, I'm sat here now, this is meant to be a day off. Obviously, I'm speaking to you, I've done 500 words at the time. I've got more stuff to research and obviously get done. But I think what you have to remember is you have to continually remind yourself that this is your dream career and this is what you want to do. We had a guest lecture from Matt Lawson, who's like the head sports writer of the Daily Mail, come in. And I asked him, I said, do you have any advice on your work-life balance? And he said, I've never had a holiday in my life where I haven't had to interrupted because something has happened. Like, we're in an industry where news is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's constant. I can't tell you when Phil Neville's going to be sacked. He could be sacked while I'm on holiday, or he could be sacked while I'm sat at my desk.
Yeah.
There's no time scale on it. And he was saying that, like, his wife was giving birth and he had to go and file a story. Like,
Fucking hell.
You're just sacking off your life, but that's okay because.
Are you prepared for that though? Is that I suppose, do you want this to be your life? Obviously,
yeah,
you do.
I think you have to love it because, for me personally, I know it's different for other people, but I could not imagine anything worse than getting up on a Monday morning, arriving at your office at 9 o'clock, finishing at 5 o'clock, arriving home, eating your food and going to bed and repeating that 5 days a week, and then living for the 2 days of weekends.
Yeah.
I want to have a job where that job is my life. That's something that I enjoy. I don't count the hours until I'm finished, kind of thing.
Do you get any time to yourself where you're not thinking about articles, press conference, transcription, who am I going to interview? Shit, I need to prepare for that interview, I need to transcribe that one, I've got 500 words to do here, da 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 da. Do you ever get an hour to yourself?
At the moment, no, not really, because if anything, I've got the desk telling me you need to prepare more, you need to have stories in the bag.
Fucking hell.
That's so hard to do when 3 of my days are spent at uni.
Yeah.
And I mean, last week I didn't even go to uni at all, and then I rocked up to an exam that I didn't even realise I had.
How hard has that been, juggling uni? Has it affected your uni work? Have your grades suffered, or have you managed to juggle it somehow?
I'm lucky enough to be academically quite strong, and that I probably don't have to work as hard as some other people to get first.
Yeah.
So like that exam that I rocked up to, I still probably got a first, despite the fact that I didn't really know what I was doing, or and that's something that I'm aware of, that I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. But at the same time, I'm working 10 times harder than anybody else on my degree because of all the other stuff I'm doing on top of uni.
Yeah.
To be honest, last year it wasn't as bad, and last year I was also working part-time in a coffee shop. I was working still for Macclesfield Town, whereas this year I've cut all that off. All I'm doing is paid work, and I'm still absolutely knackered. But obviously part of that is the fact that it's third year, but I shouldn't be this stressed because part of my degree is a portfolio of work placement. Obviously I've got that done. Part of my degree is career development and a CV. Well, obviously I've got all that done, but it's just literally the news days are a real pain because you're in 9 till 5 on a Wednesday and a Friday, and we give them a Friday there every 2 weeks. So luckily this week I'm not in, but it's very hard because on a Saturday my piece goes into the paper, so on a Friday I send it to the desk. Now if I'm in 9 till 5 and they try to ring me about a question about my article, I can't answer because I'm in uni. So I'm lucky enough to have actually worked with some great people that are aware of the struggle that I have. And I was speaking to the desk on Monday and they were saying, don't speak to us, you've got an exam, like go and do that and then come back to us. So I'm lucky that they are aware of that. But yeah, it certainly hasn't been easy just in managing my time, to be honest.